manage them every day. They're under your direct authority, and things that you ask them to do, they probably would like to try real hard to do them, especially if you make it clear to them, you insist on that. And we have done a lot to prove to ourselves in the past 4 or 5 months that we can move very quickly to change things. You know, we have engaged in a program to cut expenses and to improve margins, and we've done that in a lot of areas. We have improved our merchandise margins substantially. Maybe some we improved too much, but we have done a lot across the board to see our retail prices increase, and our merchandise margins are up about 5% compared to 4 months ago. We have done a lot to improve our expense level. We've cut the expenses in a number of areas, and we've done it very well and very quickly. So I don't think there's any real doubt that we can get a result. I mean, it would have been so much more difficult to convince you of that 4 months ago than it is today, because we've already seen tremendous gains. I could just list things in every area of the company that have improved, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but I can point out that we've improved our telemarketing efforts. I know we've lowered our abandon rate. I've heard that we've improved our customer relations response. I know that in the data processing area, we've come a long way on our new inventory replenishment system, the MIDA system, and people are very pleased with the way that's come along. And we're getting a new Silver Lake IBM computer, the newest model, I understand. I know that this year we've signed our leases earlier than we've ever signed them in the history of the company. And we have 17 leases for this year already signed. We've already opened about half of those stores, which is way ahead of last year. I mean, last year we didn't open 90% of the stores until October. So we are way ahead of last year in so many areas. It's funny, I have a particular way of looking at the world that says that luck is preparation meeting opportunity. It's a little truism that I happen to be fond of. Luck is preparation meeting opportunity. That means, I guess, that if you're prepared, when some opportunity comes your way, you will take advantage of it. And other people look at it and say, boy, was he lucky? Or were they lucky? Or was that company lucky? But really, it's not luck. It's really just being prepared and having some opportunity come your way. Last year, in the last half of the year, we had a lot of opportunity come our way. Our stores did phenomenal business, and we were pleasantly surprised to see the volume of sales that came in. And in telemarketing, I think we were pleasantly surprised to see the volume of orders that came in. And I don't think we were really very prepared throughout our company for that opportunity. We lost a lot of momentum, especially in the telemarketing area, and in the data processing area, because we didn't take orders properly, or we took them inaccurately, or we sent them out incorrectly. And we were really not very prepared. And so a lot of opportunity came our way, so much opportunity that even though we weren't very prepared, we still did really well. But by the first quarter of this year, that lack of preparation began to be telling. And some of the customers that perhaps we had discouraged during the previous holiday season didn't want to reorder from the catalog. Who knows? Or perhaps the fact that we were unprepared for last Christmas in some areas, by the first quarter of this year, perhaps that had spilled over into other departments, and perhaps we were unprepared in some other departments as well. But whatever psychology or momentum was taking place in this company, we were so unprepared by the first quarter that when opportunity somewhat evaporated because the sales weren't so good, coupled with our own lack of preparedness, the result was fairly dismal. Mediocre sales, high expenses, poor margins, poor productivity, lack of preparation combined with lack of opportunity. A very bad combination. Well, now we're through that 6 months. We have reported that 6-month period. It is history, and it will be a multiple of our stock price, which will be printed in the Wall Street Journal next year. But it's history. No one's trading on that anymore. All they're trading on is what is the future expectation of the consistency of our earnings, and what is their evaluation of the professionalism of our management. That's all they're trading the stock on today. The rest is history. And in the fourth quarter to come, we may get another excellent view of opportunity, because we feel that our stores and our mail order will get a very strong reception this fourth quarter, in spite of the fact that last year we turned off a number of people, and I doubt if those people will order from us again. We have enough positive interactions in our stores, and we have enough positive customers in our mail order lists that I think we will have an excellent number of orders coming in and customers walking in our stores. It may not be an opportunity that's beyond expectations, but it would be a very ample opportunity. And we must make sure that we get every potential sale that comes into the stores and that comes into the telemarketing. We cannot afford this year to let any of those opportunities get away. And if we are prepared enough, we will have the situation where we have a very high level of preparation, meeting at least an ample enough opportunity that the net result will be an outstanding result. And an outstanding result this fourth quarter would go a long way to convince people that we not only have a future earnings potential that will be consistent, but that we are beginning to demonstrate a professional management. Because right now they don't think we can do it. They don't think there's a chance in this world that we will get above 55 or 60 cents a share for the entire year. And if we came in with, say, something equal to last year, say 70 cents, they would be amazed. And if we came in with 75 cents, say 7% above last year, they would be flabbergasted. And they still probably would not give us the multiple we deserve, if we're really as good as I suspect we will be. But they probably would begin to notice us, and they would say, well, can't quite write that group of young managers off yet. They are a little more professional than we thought. And if we continued into the first quarter of next year and smashed the crummy record of the previous year, then they would begin to notice again. And if we continued that into the second quarter of next year, and again demonstrated that we can exceed the previous year's quarterly report, they would again draw the same conclusion. They would say, gee, the future expectation here is getting very consistent. This group must be getting their act together and managing this company more professionally. Evidently, they can run a retail business and a catalog business successfully. But it's going to take a little time to demonstrate that to them. And we had that opportunity this last year. We came off a fantastic fourth quarter. People were amazed, but we couldn't follow it up with another success 3 months later. In fact, not only did we not follow it up with another success, we turned in one of the worst performances. So you can't blame people for being a little bit skeptical. But if they see 1 year, year and a half, 2 years of consistent results, they will accord us the multiple on our earnings that we would like to think that we deserve. But there are so many little things we have to do right between now and then to get there. And that's what's so, in a way, nice about this problem. It's a very simple human problem. It's just us, the people in this room, the store managers, the district managers, and the regional managers deciding that we will manage each little thing properly, that we'll make sure the phone lines are in place, and that we have all the orders taken quickly and promptly during the holiday season, that all the mail will be opened properly, that we'll process the orders, that will send the picks to the distribution center, that will ship the orders out right away, that the Federal Express that we say will go out in 24 hours really does go out in 24 hours, or that we tell the customer it's not available for Federal Express. The simple little basic things, that every customer that walks in the store is greeted properly and handled properly, and that add-on sales are created when we can do that. That a return is converted to an exchange, not a cash refund, if possible. All of these little things, that the productivity of the people underneath you is managed. Every little opportunity that comes our way the next 6 months and the next year, we have to be prepared to take advantage of. And if we do, everything will happen for us. We'll get the growth we want in earnings, and we'll get the growth we want as a company. And that growth will create the opportunity for us to grow professionally, to have more responsibility, to have our salaries grow, to have bonuses, to have profit sharing, to have our options be worth a lot of money. All those things are ours if we will just follow through and manage our own company and prove to ourselves that we are professional managers. To conclude this, I want to give the store people a message that we are going to be prepared this Christmas in this corporate office to support them out there in the field. So I would ask you, if you would, to verbally acclaim that by simply responding to the question of whether or not you think we can be prepared for this holiday season. Will we be ready? Yes! How about really loud and tell the entire world that next year we are going to show them that we are going to be ready. Will we? Yes! How about as loud as you can at the top of your lungs once and for all to tell ourselves that we have the confidence that we are going to be the management team that is going to show the United States and the world that we are capable of being one of the greatest retail successes. Can we? Yes! That's pretty loud. And I heard that, and I think that the rest of the world will hear that in the next year. And thank you very much. We'll break, and if you'd like to stay around for questions and answers, we can do that. Thanks. If you want to get up, get up. And if you don't want to get up, ask a question, whatever. What suits you? Well, I'll tell you what let's do. Why don't we get up, get a refreshment, and if anybody wants to leave, it's 10 till 5, and if you want to stay around and ask a question or two, we'll do that.